Update 39.1 is here, and we're still stuck in the void if we play a map in the communities page or map editor and stuff like that. And in the new update, you'll notice our maps are going to be grayed out, and that's because these maps have not yet been completed in this particular update. So in some cases, the map itself may not be possible anymore. So it's got a red exclamation mark there, and it says this challenge was created in version 39.0 may not be possible to complete anymore. So until someone completes it, then it may not be possible anymore. So actually, this is not what I want to do. We're going to be playing on a hot Pot Oasis made by MrPineapple553, military only, because I don't really want to have a hugely stressful time today, and I do want to kind of present a little bit of an issue with at least Brickell when it comes to a map editor scenario where you try and use her ability in order to benefit both herself and nearby water. So we're going to deploy another tower nearby so that you can tell that if you can try and activate it nearby another. Okay, so let us put down, let's say, a submarine at the back here. It's in range of Brickell, but if you use Naval Tactics on a map editor map, you'll notice that her Naval Tactics has not benefited either the submarine or Admiral Brickell. So there's that. So we're going to try and get to round 100 today. And the main reason why we're not doing chimps is because of Brick's bug here at the moment. You can't use her abilities on a map editor map at this given point in time. Also, balloons are slightly slower and towers are a bit cheaper, which is nice on a medium mode, so advanced intel. So this one's going to be our quote-unquote energizer submarine. This one's going to be our preemptive strike, and obviously there's also going to be a carrier flagship as well, a sub commander. We're going to try and get as many tier 5s as we can, but it's just a shame at this given point in time Brickell cannot use her abilities to buff either herself or nearby naval towers in the water. But I could have gone with Pat actually, and I believe his abilities still work, but I think it's naval reliant abilities don't work at this given point in time. I could be wrong, I haven't tested Pat as well in the waters, but I think Pat is just universal, whereas Brickell is specific. But it could also be down to the fact that Brickell has a new animation when you purchase her trophy store item, which enables her to be summoned near via plane. Like, that could be causing the bug in and of itself. The reason why we're not going camera detection for this particular cannon ship one day is because, well, we can decamouflage towers using this, and you would always want to use top path when it comes to the cannon ship path because it fires more projectiles and it fires them faster. Whereas the only benefit to the bottom path for the cannon ship and onwards is so that you have innate camo detection without relying on other towers to either enable you to see camo balloons or to be able to decamoufy balloons so that they don't have the camo status on them. So cannon ship and double shot, lovely. Yeah, 2500 for a balloon turning reactor. So reactor is going to do nicely. This one's going to be our destroyer, then an aircraft carrier, then carrier flagship. Hope you're having a lovely day where you are, and sorry for the long introduction, but I just want to lay some ground rules as to like what's going on at the moment. With both the background when you play a map editor map, and for the fact that Brickell cannot use her abilities in the water. So we're going to finish this round, and I do want to do one other test as well. Okay, so we're going to go to home. We're going to go back to the game, and then we're going to commence with round 33. And okay, so yeah, her ability is just not working at all when it comes to a map editor scenario. So it's nothing to do with me. It's down to, unfortunately, a bug within update 39 itself. You cannot use Brickell in a map editor scenario, which is, well, you can use her with her attacks, but you just can't use her her Naval Tactics ability. We're going to see if Blast Chain works, because Blast Chain enables you to unleash more sea mines, and it enables Brickle to see camo balloons. But obviously with our submersible support, we won't be able to actually test... No, oh sorry, our balloon towing reactor. You won't be able to see that kind of result happening here and there. Also, when it comes to not doing chimps, sometimes it's nicer to have a bit more of a relaxing thing to do rather than always being stressed out. I promise you the next video will be a bit more stressful. We're going to go to a what I call an advanced map, and we're going to try and do a warp to megapots on it. Right, our first MOAB of the day, and destroy. So we're going to slow this down. So how many? 1, 2. So relatively slowly. So there's 1. I'm thinking that blast chain doesn't work either. So I think regardless, the only thing that Brickle can do is lay her mines and attack. Although her Mega Mine ability should still work because of the fact that that is a deployable ability rather than affecting her stats or affecting other towers' stats. Idealistically, you want the plutonium reactor to be near Brickle or near the first strike capability or near the monkey pirate so that their abilities can cool off a bit more quickly. But it's mainly because I wanted these at the back of the map and for this to decamify balloons. Like, I'm not going for like, let's go for the highest round that we could possibly do. Like around 100 is going to be my goal, and then we're going to end off the video from there. But this is a relatively chill game so far, and it's mainly because we're not doing this on chimps. So aircraft carrier, like like the 3 or sometimes 4, because of the fact that you can put Pat down on the, you can put Pat down on the water. But like the naval towers we have in this game are very powerful. Submarines in their own ways are very powerful. Buccaneers in their own ways are very powerful. As long as you have water, and in cases where you can see the balloons on the screen, they are some of the most versatile towers, within the entire game. I may mispronounce that, actually, I do apologize. I don't say this very often, but if you're enjoying the video so far and you like to see me do more scenarios on map editors like this, then please be sure to leave the video with a like, a comment, and if you have not done so already, subscribe so that you will see more videos like this within your sub box in the future. Like carrier flagship 25k. I'm used to seeing 27k. 99% of the time I play on chimps, and that's just because of the videos that I do. But this is more of a chill out video. I would say this is probably in between an intermediate and a advanced map. I love this map, by the way. It's sort of like you're within the desert, but you're somewhat near a water source because there's a lake here and there's all these trees. It's in between going into inhospitable environments and being near a coast or something like that. I would imagine this being within the center of a desert. So let's say you're in the huge sand dunes of the Sahara Desert. Like, you wouldn't see this kind of thing within the Saharas. Or maybe I'm just wrong with that factor. So yeah, these can still be deployed by Brickle. So this is the only ability in which you can use from Brickle at the moment, and it does work as well. So object activational abilities still work, but stat activational abilities do not work with Brickle at this given point in time. Both of these synergize incredibly well, but Naval Tactics doesn't work even on herself. We could deploy down some favor trades, but to be honest, I'm not really feeling up to maximizing money in this case point in time. We're going to earn enough money within this game in order to get to where we want to go. And I hope that people understand in that case, this is not maximum optimization. This is not maximum, can we get all the tier 5s of the naval? It's like, we'll probably be able to get like 4 of them. But I think that is where we're going to be cutting off our tier 5s of the Buccaneers and or the Submarines. Like, probably Energizer would be out of the question, but definitely, like, we've already got one of them. We're planning on getting the Preemptive Strike and definitely the Sub Commander as well, because Sub Commander paired with Preemptive Strike is a godsend. And if you didn't know, Preemptive Strike got a price buff to where it's cheaper now. So this would, in medium mode, before update 39, be above 30k, but it's now 29k. Things are going very smoothly so far in this game. Quite chilled out, quite relaxing. And it's only because I am not putting myself on the hardest means of difficulty that I usually do. But then again, you could also say that half cash could be the most difficult difficulty that there is throughout the entire game, and that is definitely plausible. You're stripping yourself away of half the means of being able to put towers down and upgrading towers. And I don't think this is an uncommon opinion, but half cash is literally the most deplorable, unfun difficulty throughout the entire game. Like, ABR is fun because there are different balloons spawned on those rounds in which would normally spawn otherwise. And you'd get to see balloons in which you would not normally get in round 100 anyway. So in that case, it would be the fortified bad. So that is definitely what you call a fun scenario, because it really changes up the game mechanically rather than monetarily. Like, it's good to have a challenge like Chimps, because you cannot really earn any money outside of support sacrifices to a sun temple / true sun god. You cannot do it, let's say, outside of the cash bug, in which is very exploitable if, let's say, if you're going for a I forgot what it's called now. The permanent brew and the at that point in time it would be, yeah, it would be a balloon exclusion zone 2TC, which I showed to you a while back. Yeah, I'll prepare the mines, for goodness sakes. There we go. And it sundered that below a ZMG. Okay, so now that there's a thing, preemptive strike is here, and that is going to be ever so more powerful. And you, my friend, will soon receive another buff in the name of Sub-Commander. And because we have Monkey Knowledge on, when we get Sub-Commander, it'll also benefit this plutonium reactor, despite the fact that it's outside of the range of a Sub-Commander, because with the Monkey Knowledge in general, which I cannot remember the name of specifically, it enables this to affect every sub on the entire map. Yep, Naval Tactics still not working, even when the leveling up gets more leveling up. I hope that made sense. Let's see now. We have ourselves a ZOMG. What are we going to do about that? Well, we're going to deploy it just... Yeah, we're going to deploy it now, actually. I was trying to do it so that the second one is closer, so that then they can all explode. Although in some cases scenario, you don't want to pop all of the ZMGs because of the sheer amount of pierce otherwise. You may get it so that you have such a huge amount of ceramics on the screen that you're unable to deal with everything. And that can sometimes be a problem. Like, sometimes you want to divide and conquer to where you're only dealing with certain balloons at any given point in time. 23. Oh, we're nearly there with the Sub-Commander. And you're going to see that with the Sub-Commander, this thing will be able to instantly wipe out the fortified DDTs around 99. Alright, that's good. And let's wipe this out as well. Yeah, naval balloons are... Sorry, naval towers are so powerful. So we've got these two. We've got you. Also, this means the carrier flagship means that this thing can attack faster, which is a beautiful round 91. I didn't think that I didn't actually do anything. Actually, the first strike capability, but sometimes that doesn't do anything, which is something I noticed when I did my preemptive strike in Geraldo 2TC video. Is that sometimes when you unleash the ability, it doesn't actually work at all. See, again, it didn't do anything. What is up with that? Whenever a new update come out, there's always bound to be a plethora of bugs, which is unintentional. And I'm just going to say that is very clear. There's always going to be a lot of unintentional bugs, and Ninja Kiwi 0% of the time wants these bugs to be within the game itself. So again, I don't think that did anything. I'm not going to lie, I don't think that did anything at all. Let's see, around 95 is here. We can either go Pirate Lord or Energizer. Grapple you. Yeah. You've just been annihilated. Thank you. Let's see, around 96. You know what? We'll go Pirate Lord. I think we'll need a little bit more oomph for around 100. Gosh, they're getting obliterated. Thank you very much. Let's see. Okay, so that time it did work. But it doesn't always work, which is annoying. Let's see, around 97. Put that down and see how it affects with ZMG. Okay, so it stuns them, which is nice. And in some cases, stunning a balloon is better than just, well, damaging it to it at a lower level. Just grapple that. Knock you all out. Yeah, I think 32,000 is out of our reaches. Let's deploy that down. And yeah, look at the huge amount of pierce that we require to deal with all of this. Hey, let's activate our Naval Tactics. Where's the Naval Tactics? Round 99. And yeah, instantly wipe out the DTs. There we go. And you certainly do. Let's see, deploy that. And that is heavily damaged. Heavily damaged. And we done that, lovely. Just hooking one of those. Yeah, we've done that. So, yeah, let's just see how far we can get, actually. Like, I did say we're going to end it around 100, but I just want to see how far we could go with this particular combination. And before you say it, I don't think trade empires would actually do anything for us, you know? Yeah, it's going to be pretty soon where we're going to be wiped out. I just wish this was actually more effective. Yep, nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Ah, the beauty of games like this. Can we? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. So that is as far as we got with this particular scenario. So we made it to around 103, and that's without any kind of additional income in. So no favor trades or trade empire, and because we went naval only, it means we obviously didn't deploy down like supply drop snipers or support Chinook helis, anything along those lines. So yeah, we lost 2 mini ceramics. So that is all good and fun, and that is Pot Oasis by MrPineapple553. Obviously these details will be down in the description of this video, like the name of the map creator, the name of the map, and the code as well, so that you can just simply do a copy and paste rather than looking at a screen and then typing them all out and stuff like that. So I managed to complete that map, but it still somehow is showing up that the map may not still be... Oh, it is now saying it's possible to complete because somebody has completed it in update 39.1. So that is how you enable it for both yourself and everybody else within the community to see, hey, this map was grayed out, but because I completed it, it means that it's no longer grayed out. So that's a thing. Also, this map just looks gorgeous. It's got Monkey Meadow and then Monkey Town, and there's all these different warp portals to where it's summoning him, like this tree and these maps. Like, I don't know how people do it, and I don't know what objects you use in order to create this space scenario, but it's so gorgeous. Like, space is probably one... Speaking of space, here's a space with no stars in it. Space is one of the most beautiful environments. Like, it's definitely one of the most isolated environments, but it's always one of the most beautiful to look at. So that, folks, is definitely a different scenario in comparison to our other ones. Military only, naval towers only. Obviously, you can use pat as well. Not many people know this, but you can lay pat down in the water. And let me just show you right now by simply, let's say, going on to... Oh, for goodness sakes. Let's just go to sandbox. And then I will... If I can use the correct tower, then I might be able to do this possibly. Let's just go to pat. And then let's go to in the loop sandbox, and I want you to see that you can place Pat down on the water. See? It's coming up with not red, like if you try to deploy him down on the road. It's not red. You can deploy him down onto water. He is a very, very floatable boy. And there we go. That's all good. Also, just another thing as well to test as well is Brickell herself on the water. So let's just go back to, let's say, in the loop on Sandbox. I could have just done this when I had Brickell. So let's just put Brickell down, and then we're going to go to reset abilities, and let's say if we put down a submarine, for example, and on official maps, her Naval Tactics work, but as you saw throughout the map editor, her abilities do not work on any map editor map. Like, I wouldn't see why it would just be isolated to Pot Oasis. Like, I wouldn't think it would just be isolated to one particular map editor scenario. So this just goes to show that on official maps, Brickell's stat reliant abilities, whether it buffs nearby towers or when you get to the point of where you get to like level 19, I believe it is, that her Naval Tactics affect all water-based towers everywhere. So it's kind of like that monkey knowledge point in which the submarine gets, where it is able to benefit all submarines throughout the entire map. So which one is it with the submarines? So that's just general. That's air. Oh, this one's C. And then, no, not flanking maneuvers, not... Oh yeah, here, this is one. Sub-Admiral. Sub-Commander affects all monkey subs on screen. So, in CHIMPS mode, if we don't find that your Sub-Commander is affecting a particular submarine because it's out of its range, this is why. Because of the fact that CHIMPS mode does not get any monkey knowledge points added onto it, therefore you don't get stuff like Sub-Admiral. You don't get stuff like a partially damaged state balloon, which is vital for if you want to get to the highest rank possible on a game, or anything like that. Thank you, Mac and Rules. And I believe that video might even be extended because of the fact that with Paragons, nowadays with El Dorado, you can get up to like 91, or with the Dark Paragon 92. So yeah. Yeah, it's always better to try and go Adora as your late game hero rather than Geraldo, because Adora can buff Sun Temples and True Sun Gods, and eventual True Sun Gods. Anyways, a long outro and a long intro to this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If by any chance you're ever using money in the store, then please by all means use my creator code. So far I've only had 2 usages of my code when purchasing anything from the store. But I think just generally the best thing to do is just support any creator that you can, whether it be me or any other creator themselves. Then that is better than not having this little tick by here. That means that anything you buy from the store will be supporting a creator. So there we go. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody, and take care of yourselves. Have a lovely day where you are.